So let's talk more about invisible wounds for a moment. Because invisible wounds are really what most significantly and most deeply impact all of us. Invisible wounds, this was a metaphor, an analogy that came up with a private client yesterday. And her unconscious mind made a conscious connection to, yes, this is what it's like. It's like a story of the past that's still being processed. It's chapters from the past that are still open and impacting this present and current chapter. It's like words and lines from the past written over the words that are writing the story of my life today. And so to model this, I'm going to demonstrate this. So I wrote out just a couple of lines right here. And this is only two lines. And because there are two lines, one on top of the other, it's illegible. I can't read it. I can't make sense of it. And that's what it feels like. It feels like this is illegible. I can't read it. I can't make sense of it. And I just wrote it, so I should know exactly what it says. But it's like one line is being written over another. The line that is being written that dictates, navigates, and directs and describes your current life is being impacted by the lines from chapters of the past that are being written over the line. So it's like the past has merged and blurred the present moment. And so it's illegible, it's confusing. You can't figure it out. You're like, what does this say? Even if you squint, uh, I don't know. And so you're left feeling confused. You're left not knowing because it's the blurred lines and they're not clear. It's not that's from my past and this is the experience of my present. It's like they've merged and become one. Like one is written over top of the other one. And that's what it's like living with invisible wounds. And it's like it's all written together. It's all part of the story that does have purpose, but the purpose isn't clear. It's this purpose that's woven through creation. And it's not so much a story of traumas. A lot of people call it trauma, but it's more of a story of trials and tribulations. And really, all of the trials, all of the stories, all of the tribulations are to be honored, are to be seen as having value and having purpose. But when they aren't yet seen as having value or purpose, that becomes an identity that we don't see that we have value or purpose. And that's where these blurred lines get really confusing and you begin to question everything with an energy of negativity. You can question things with an energy of positivity and expansion and growth. You can also question in the other direction. And that's actually what worry and anxiety is. It's a meditation in the wrong direction. And you can identify wrong. You don't have to go down that road, but you can just say, in a way that makes me feel a certain way, that has my body experience things in a certain way, in a way that is dysregulated, that is uncomfortable, that is not progressive, that is not progressing me or moving towards my dreams, my goals, my hopes, my wishes, my desires, or my greater purposes and passions. So all of these are to be honored and grown from and learn from. And the absence of being defining mistakes, but the story that is even possible. So a lot of us, when we are living in this disentangled mess, feel like I don't know what this says. And maybe this is my purpose. Maybe this is the answer. But my past is a mesh with my present. And it feels like, I can't read this. It's so confusing. I don't get it. Is it even possible to separate and begin to read and see things clearly? And when you're feeling this, that's generally the body giving you a physical response to what's happening internally, emotionally, and unconsciously that's saying, yes, this is your desire. You care about this. This matters to you. And a lot of us lose sight of that and we think, I don't even know if I'm ever going to get clarity or if I'm ever going to get over this. You're not asking to get over it. You're asking to get through it. You're asking to separate it so that it's crystal clear, that you can tap into the clarity and the purity of what you've experienced and extract the lessons, the power, and the purpose and have it be here in the present moment, propel you forward so you don't have to believe that you're alone. You can see it with a preference. You can see it with acceptance. And you don't have to be alone or with another. Whether you are or you aren't, it all gets to be okay. And you don't have to be codependent on external relationships. You have an internal relationship with yourself, with your creator, and it's all okay. And you can sit with that without having to numb and run and avoid and distract yourself from that experience. This expression of why I am and the truth, and that there's nothing to fix about about me, that I'm not broken. All of this happened for me and not to me. And all of it has had an impact on my internal, personal, unconscious beliefs. And when you transform those, you transform your life. It is the miracle. It is the beauty of life. It is the evolution of life. It's the constant transformation, the transformation of your internal unconscious beliefs. And those are there. They're getting your attention with your desire to change. When you feel a certain way, it's not a bad thing. Feelings are not bad. A lot of times we label, we blame, and we shame feelings as being bad. They're just indicators. They're little moments of awareness inside of you that say, hey, you desire to be lifted, you desire to be empowered, you desire to grow, you desire to change. And if you're trying to do that with the same belief that got you to feeling that, you're going to feel like you're constantly hitting a wall, like you're constantly trying to read this and make sense of what you're reading, but you just can't, no matter how hard you squint. That's exactly what it's like. So, in order to transform and transcend your experience with the value that you can express, you do that by modeling others as it's done. I've done it. Look, not that you're in, I'm better than energy, but you begin to lift and empower yourself. You begin to lift and empower others. Right. And then it's like that I'll have what she's having concept. But there's no they're better than me or they're through this and I'm not kind of energy and frequency. There's just a continual transcendence. Does that make sense? So we're modeling what we're doing for ourselves. We're modeling that can be done for others. And this goes in any direction. And when we transform, transcend, and change, when we work with our own personal, internal, unconscious beliefs, we become to be the light. And that shines on others and says, look, you too can get out of the darkness. And this gets to be a beautiful experience where we're literally rewriting the story, where we don't have to go back and continue to read this mess of the past, where we can write a new story and have it be crystal clear and not have the one from the past written over our present any longer. Does that make sense? So that's what came up in our personal client experience. And once she realized this, she went, whoa, whoa, I am the author. I hold the pen. I get to do what you say everyone gets to do. And that truly is rewrite my life. And it's not to scratch out things from the past, but it is to extract the things that I can apply today and will propel me and empower me to continue to move forward in my purpose and my passion and my hopes, my goals, my wishes, and my dreams through faith. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the thank you, the gratitude, the joy, the thankfulness really came from her own internal unconsciousness. It's pretty cool. It's pretty powerful stuff. When you're ready for that type of experience, I'd love to connect with you. You can find out more at sarahpicard.com. Bye for now.